Hi there, I'm JC, and welcome to Dad Bod with JC. So I hadn't been working out a whole lot previously, and I decided to do this daily workout for about an hour every day. Ever since I started it about 3 weeks ago, I felt a little better. I've gotten a little fitter. I've lost a little bit of weight, and I'm gonna keep going. I'm just feeling better every day, getting a little stronger every day, hopefully. I got a bit of a format. Twice a week, I do just stretching for the full hour because I really need it. And then the other 5 days, I do other things like core work. I want to focus on my core, so I'm going to do that twice a week as well. And then the other 3 days, I do some other stuff. But today is going to be stretching for the most part. I got a list of stretches to do for upper back and neck today, and so I might go off my little script here. I think I've used the script once or twice before already, so I'll mix it up a little bit possibly. In any case, let's see if there's any chats out here. I don't see any chats out here right now. Feel free to give little likes. There's little taps on the screen for likes, follows, subscribes, whatever works best for you. And I'm going to get started with a cat-cows. I'm going to do 5 cat-cows, 3 sets of them. So for the cat-cow, you want to get your wrists underneath your shoulders and your knees underneath your hips. Once you're in position there, you want to bring down your cow back. So it's all about your back here. I'm stretching my back. So I've got to bring down my cow back. Once I'm there, I got to bring it up again. So I bring it up for the cat, that's 1. Down for the cow, up for the cat, that's 2. Down for the cow, up for the cat, that's 3. Down for the cow, up for the cat, that's 4. Down for the cow, up for the cat, that's 5. So that's the cat-cow. So I'm going to do 2 more sets of that. Getting started with my day stretching. All right. So again, I'll do the cat-cows. Wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, and my back falls down for the cow, and up for the cat for 1. Down and up for 2, down and up for 3, down, up for 4, down, up for 5, and that's it for the second set. It's 2 sets of cat-cows. I've got 1 more set of cat-cows coming. Honestly, I am feeling stronger. Even in the past, I was only doing 2 sets of the cat-cows, and in between sets, I would be like, oh, this hurts, or that hurts, or the other thing hurts. Right now, I kind of just plow through the cat-cows. I got 1 more set coming up, and I don't feel like anything's hurting at all. So, you know, this is kind of doing its thing. It's working. Go figure, exercise makes you a little stronger. All right, again, wrists underneath the shoulders, hips underneath the knees underneath the hips, I should say, and your back goes down for cow, and up for cat 1, down for cow, up for cat 2, down for cow, up for cat 3, down for cow, up for cat 4, down for cow, up for cat 5. And that's it, 3 sets of cat-cows. Pretty quick, pretty simple. Loosen up my back a little bit. Good way to start. Next up is the child's pose. I'll do 3 sets of this child's pose. Once I get into my child's pose, I just hold it for a quick 6 count. And I'll get started. The child's pose is fairly straightforward. You got to bring your forearms down, bring your forehead to the ground, and then press your rear end towards your heels. I'm going to hold for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And back up. Take 1 or 2 big breaths and get right back to it. Back to child's pose. Forearms on the floor, forehead to the ground, butt or rear end pressing towards your towards your heels. Holding for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And back up. So I'm starting to feel a little bit of a stretch here. I'll take 1 more breath of air and come right back to it for another set of the child's pose. It's supposed to be more of a relaxing pose, but I'm kind of I'm trying to speed up this session a little bit, get some more stretching in and adding a little bit to it too. So I'm getting back down to the child's pose. Forearms down, head towards the mat, forehead towards the mat, and rear end towards the heels. Holding for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm going to hold it for an extra couple beats here. I felt the stretch. I felt a good stretch. So if you want to hold it a little bit longer for the good stretch that you achieved, do it. I'm back up here. All right, that was the child's pose. Next up is wall stretch. I love this wall stretch. I'm just gonna do 2 sets of this. A little repetitive. I have this wall stretch in a lot of my sessions, so it's starting to get a little repetitive. I'm gonna have to knock it out of some of these sessions. But for the wall stretch, I approach the wall about a 45-degree angle. Get my elbow straight up the wall and up my forearm up the wall. Once it's I guess propped up against the wall, I use my feet to rotate my body away. I'm trying to get a stretch right here in my shoulder. Don't break anything. Don't tear anything. Keep breathing. Once I find my stretch, I'll count down from 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I'm going to go off to this other wall. Same deal over here. I'm kind of hiding behind these bags a little bit, but it's the same deal. Forearm straight against the wall. And then use your feet to rotate your shoulder for a nice good stretch. Once you find your stretch. Oh yeah, one thing to do. If you put your chin away from the shoulder you're stretching, it adds to the stretch. So I found my stretch. I'm going to hold for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. All right, that felt great. I got 1 more set of the wall stretches. Boy, that did feel good. I don't know how. It feels like I stretched my back, even though it was my shoulders really. Anyways, good times. All right, again, approaching the wall at a 45-degree angle. Getting my fingers pointing straight up against the wall. I'm going to rotate my feet out till I find my stretch here on my shoulder. I found my stretch. I'm going to rotate my chin further to deepen the stretch, counting down from 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done for that side. And I'm going to finish off this last one right here. Okay. So again, I have my elbow against the wall, hands pointing straight up. And then I use my feet to rotate my body away from that shoulder. Then I deepen my stretch by rotating my chin away from that shoulder and holding for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And ready and done. Okay, so that's the wall stretch. Trunk rotation. 3 sets of these. For the trunk rotation, I'm going to get down on the mat. Oh, I'll take a quick peek at chats if there's any chats. I'm good with the chats. I need a drink of water. I've been talking a lot. But for the trunk rotation, I'm going to get on my back on the floor with my knees bent. I'm going to flop my knees to one side and rotate my arms and my head to the other side. So I'll rotate my trunk. So my knees would be going one way, my arms and head would be going the other way. Getting a nice deep stretch there. Holding it for 6, and then slowly coming back down to the back up to neutral. All right, here we go. So my knees are up. I'm going to stack my knees and ankles. I'm going to drop them off to this one side. I'm going to look to the other direction. I guess try to get my torso going in the other direction. For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And slowly back up to neutral. I'm at neutral. I'm going to drop the other way. So my knees are stacked. My ankles are stacked in that direction. My arms and my head. Rotate the other way. Once I find my stretch, I'm going to hold for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And done. All right, that was one set. I got 2 more sets of that coming up. Basically, my trunk rotates. Right in the midsection, the lower body goes one way, the upper body goes the other way, and kind of gives a little squeeze. You know, for the next 2 sets, I think I'm going to enhance that trunk rotation, see if I can engage my core. The core is really what I'm trying to isolate anyways, and this seems like a perfectly reasonable place to isolate the core and maybe get some core work out of it. All right, I'll give it a go. I'll let you know how it goes. This is the first time I'm trying that. So, I got my knees up. My knees are going to fall in this direction. My head and arms are going to go the other way. Now I'm going to try to engage my core. It's a lot more difficult than I thought it would be, but I'm engaging as best I can. Oh my goodness, I can barely breathe. I'm going to breathe, so I don't know. In any case, I'm going to hold this for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly come back up to neutral. Now my knees are going to go that way. My arms and head are going to go the other way. I'm engaging my core here. It's a lot more difficult engaging my core. Oh my goodness. It is more difficult. I'm going to hold it for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And back up to neutral. All right, that was the second set. That was way more difficult, engaging the core as I rotated the trunk, because it's going in different directions. The lower part of the core is going that way, the upper part of the core is going that way, and my core didn't know what to do. And to the point where the first time I tried it, I couldn't breathe, or I could hardly breathe. Hopefully, I'm going to try it again this next go around. Hopefully, my core will know what to do. Because I think there's some confusion there with my muscles. Like, what are you trying to make me do? I'll take one more breath of air, go back down, and get to it. All right, let's get to it. Okay, knees are falling that way, arms and head going this way, engaging my core. For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and and this side is done. Coming slowly back up to neutral. And knees the other way, arms and head opposite direction, engaging the core as best I can. For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And slowly back up to neutral. All right, my core kind of had an idea of what it was supposed to do there. It kind of lit up on fire on the one side. So if my knees were over on this side lit on fire. If my knees were on this side lit on fire when I was engaging my core. I wasn't expecting that. It was very difficult, but as time goes on, hopefully that'll get easier and it'll feel better, or it'll at least feel stronger. I'll be able to engage the whole core. I seemed to be only able to engage one side or the other of my core, and I'd like to get the whole core involved in that. All right, next up is the shoulder roll. I gotta stand up for this guy. I'm gonna take a sip of water too. If you feel like throwing any likes at me, do that. Follow, subscribe. It'd be all great. Anyways, so getting a sip of water, I'm going to start with some shoulder rolls. All right, here we go. I'm going to do 10 shoulder rolls. They're pretty simple. Just got to pop up. My legs are about shoulder width apart, knees slightly bent. I'm going to bring up my shoulders straight up and to my front and down and back around. So for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, now that's only half of the set. Now I got to bring them up and roll them towards the back, down and forward and around the other direction. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. That felt great. I'm going to do 2 more sets of the shoulder rolls. I really need it, so I'll get to it. So going up to the front, down to the back for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Engage your core, why not? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that's it for that side. Now I'm going to bring them up, rotate them towards the back, down to the front, engaging my core again for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Felt good. I got 1 more set of the shoulder rolls coming up. Let me see how I'm doing for time. Let's go for time. So I mean, I'm 3 weeks into this, and weeks 1, well, up until like a couple days ago, I had to go really slow through these lists of exercises. But now, I mean, these are stretches, I guess. But still, I'm able to go a little faster through them. I don't know if you noticed. I noticed. It feels great. It doesn't feel, I guess when I started this, I felt like I was going to fall apart, and I don't feel like that anymore. So 1 more shoulder roll set to go. Bring my shoulders up to the front, down to the back for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Engage your core. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now again, rolling in the other direction Gonna bring my shoulders up to the back, down to the front, and around for 10, 9, 8, engaging my core, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Cool. That's 3 sets of shoulder rolls. I've been only doing 2 sets in the past. So I'm adding a set to everything because at this point I'm comfortable doing this. I've done it once or twice before, and quite honestly, it's feeling good. My muscles know what they're supposed to do, more or less. Highly recommend it. Especially if you need to stretch and stuff. You know, I got a lot of work that I still got to do to get into to improve my fitness in general, and stretching twice a week is definitely gonna get me in that direction. Next up is the neck flex, not Netflix, neck flex. So we're gonna do 3 sets of this. For the neck flex, I'm going to start by dropping my head to this side here. Then I'm going to hold it for a couple seconds. Then I'm going to bring my head straight down with my chin towards my chest. Hold for a couple seconds. And then come back over to the other side with my hold for a couple seconds. And I'll call that 1. Then I'm going to work my way back around. So chin down to the middle, back up to the original side. Just stretching this side of my neck, holding for a couple seconds there. Back down to the middle, stretching the back of my neck in the middle. Back over to the other side, stretching this one side here. That's 2. I got 1 more rep to go here. Chin back down to the middle, stretching the back of my neck. Back to the neck, head back to the original side, stretching this side here, the neck side of the neck. Head back down to the middle. And to the last side. That's it for the first set. So slowly coming out into neutral. You want to do everything slow. You want your muscles not to be surprised what you're doing. I got a big old noggin here. Every time I move it a little bit, I relax. My muscles do feel the weight. So anyways, I'll shake out my head and neck a tiny bit. Loosen up anything that needs to get loosened out. And I'm going to go for the second set of the neck flex. I'll start with the same side. Neck going over to this one side. Feeling the stretch, holding for a second. Dropping my head down to the middle with my chin towards my chest. Feeling it, looking for the stretch from the back of my neck. I'm going to engage my core. Core engagement is, I want to engage my core. So head rolling over to the opposite side. Finding the stretch on the side. Again, trying to engage my core. That's a 1 rep here. Head back down to the middle. Chin towards the chest. Holding that stretch. Head back over to the original side. Holding that stretch, engaging the core again. After my head moves every time, my core seems to disengage. I'm going to try to engage it again every time it moves. So head back down to the middle, chin to the chest, core engaged. Head over to the opposite side. Neck stretched, core engaged again. Neck stretching, that's 2 reps so far. Chin back down the middle to the chest. Trying to engage my core. It's getting harder here. Head rotates off to the other side, to the original side, I should say. Trying to engage my core again. Feeling the stretch. 1 last rotation here. Chin back down to the middle. Engaging the core. Head going to the last side here. Feeling the stretch of my neck, trying to engage the core again. And that's it for set 2. One more set of this. So adding that little engagement of the core is something I can do now. I wouldn't have been able to do it the first couple weeks. I could barely do the stretch. I was focusing on the stretch really, and it was feeling a little strange. Now my neck muscles are used to the stretching a little bit, and I can focus on other things while I stretch. It's improvement. This is great. I love it. So one more go at the neck flex. Can't say it, but I'll do it. Head back off to the side, original side. Feeling the stretch on this one side. Engaging the core. And dropping the chin down the middle. Chin to the chest. Core, I'm going to try to keep engaged this whole time. Head over to the other side. A long stretch here on the neck. Core, trying to keep it engaged. This is rep 1. Chin back down to the middle. Core still engaged. And head back to the original side. Core engaged. This is a little tougher. I've been able to keep my core engaged a bit, but it's difficult. Dropping my head down the middle, chin towards my chest, pull it up in my core, kind of doing like a mini crunch up, standing up, trying to keep that core engaged. Back off to the other side, stretching the neck, trying to keep the core engaged. It's real difficult now. Maybe I've been keeping it engaged too long. It's more or less the same engagement here. It's like a really long crunch. That's second rep here. One more rep coming up. Chin down the middle. Stretch from the back of the neck. Core engaged. Head to the original side. Trying to keep the core engaged. Having trouble with it. Feeling the stretch of my neck. Head back down the middle. Chin down towards my chest. Trying to keep the core engaged, almost there. One last move of my neck to the other side. Trying to keep the core engaged, trying to just burn it up as best I can. And that's 3, that's done for this neck flex. I think that was 3 sets. If I miscounted, that's okay. I'll move on to the next one. Overhead arm reach. I'm going to do 2 sets of these. Going to hold for a 4 count on either side. Let me see how I'm doing with time. Time's okay. I might do 3 sets of this. Okay, so overhead arm reach. Basically, I'll do exactly what that says. I'm kind of putting my hands together, palms and fingers together above my head. Trying to bring them up straight up. Oh, let me see if there's a chat there. No, but I saw a like. Thanks for the like. Appreciate it. Gonna put my palms up and gonna, what does it say? Yeah, I'm just gonna reach to one side. I'm gonna stretch to one side really. Pull into one side. Once I find my stretch over here, I'm going to hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to return to neutral. I'm going to try to engage my core here as well. So this is going to stretch my side, but I'm going to try to engage my core at the same time. Once I get to where I'm stretching, going to go for the stretch. I'm engaging the core for 4, 3, 2, 1, and back up to neutral. So that's 1 set. I'll do 2 more sets of that. Felt pretty good. All right, back up again. Arms overhead. My palms are kind of just hitting, or together up here. Fingers together. And I'm gonna stretch over to one side. Once I get to where I'm going, I'm gonna engage my core and count down from 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming back slowly to neutral. Coming back off to the other side. Find my stretch. I'm neither going forward nor backward with my spine. I'm going to try to keep my spine on the same plane, kind of in a neutral forward back balance. But once I find my stretch here, which I have, I'm going to engage my core and hold for 4, 3, 2, 1, and back up to neutral. And that's set 2. I got one more set of this coming up. This is feeling good. Let's see here. What we got? If anybody just joined in, I'm doing a 60-minute, about an hour's worth of exercise every night, every evening maybe, and trying to get a little bit more fit. This is like day number 22, I believe. All my past videos are on YouTube actually, and yeah. When I started, I could barely do any of these things. I was struggling, and 22 days later, I mean, these are really simple exercises. I'm not really doing anything too overly complicated. But in the first few days, I actually got injured twice. But at this point, that's 20 days ago. At this point, I'm pretty comfortable. I won't be getting injured with these sets of exercises, and I'm feeling a little stronger. And I'm probably gonna do a little bit more. Maybe do a little fancier type exercises going forward, because my muscles are kind of starting to say, hey, I'm kind of here. All right, one more time. Overhead arm reach. I'm gonna put my palms and fingers together above my head. I'm gonna stretch over to one side. I'm not going forwards or backwards at all. I'm trying to stay neutral in that way with my spine. Once I get to where I'm stretching here, I'm going to engage my core. I'm engaging my core now for 4, 3, 2, 1, and back up to neutral, nice and slow. One thing I'm doing is I'm keeping both of my feet on the ground. Now nothing's coming up off the ground. As I stretch to one side, I'm going to stretch to this other side here. As I stretch to one side, one of my feet always wants to pull off the ground. Right where I'm at the edge of where it's about to pull off the ground, that's where I stop my stretch. I can feel the stretch now. I'm going to engage my core and hold for 4, 3, 2, 1, and back up to neutral. That felt great. That felt beyond great. Anyways, so that was the overhead arm reach. Next up is knees to the chest. I can't do these for some reason. I'll give it a go. I'll do 2 sets of this. If I have any success tonight, I might try a 3rd set. But I mean, it's a simple thing. I just sit down and grab my knees and bring them to my chest. But I've for whatever reason, this is the one that doesn't work for me. I'll give it a go. I'll try 3 sets and see what I can do. Just got to keep at some of these exercises. It's a simple exercise. Just for whatever reason, it doesn't suit me all that great. All right, here we go. I'm going to sit down. I guess I'm going to get on my back, and I'm supposed to hold it for a certain amount of time. I'll hold it for 6 count. Let's see how this goes. All right, so starting off with the small of my back on the floor, kind of rotating my hips so that there's no arch on my back. Then I've got to bring up my knees with my hands and press my knees into my chest. I can barely get any motion here at all. So I'm going to hold, once I start it, I'm going to hold for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. It's a simple enough thing. It's a quick little stretch. Not feeling it. I must be doing something wrong. I'll have to look up what I'm doing wrong. But I'll take another breath or two here, and I'll give it another try. That might have been slightly better than the last time I tried this. All right, here we go. Back down, small, my back is against the floor. Rotating my hips around so I can do that. Grabbing my knees, one in each hand, and rotating or bringing my knees towards my chest. Holding for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And relax. Got one more set of that to go. Boy. Oh, I think I got a dog coming here. Oh, yeah, I have a little doggy. Okay. He's giving me moral support. I think he understands that I'm having trouble with this exercise too, and he's giving me a little helping hand. He's like, yeah, you can do it. You can do it, big guy, he says. Yeah, how about you do it like right here. He's gonna do it right here. I'm gonna do it, no. You do this right here, I do it over here, okay? That's how it's gonna go. All right. And hopefully he'll do this thing here. Yeah, he's trying to get his legs. He likes to exercise with me, this one. But you have to be right here, okay? Okay, yeah, he's doing it right there. So good. Here we go. So I'll do my thing, he'll do his thing. So I'm up for, I gotta bring my knees to my chest. I'm as far as I'm gonna get, so I'm gonna hold for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. He might have thrown up. Did you throw up, little buddy? Let me see. I don't see any throw up. So that's a good thing. What a courageous little dog. All right. Let me see what's, that was 3 sets of that. Whether success or failure, who knows. But I did stretch my back a little bit. It does feel a tiny bit better. Okay, so next up is neck extension, backward bending. So I got some notes here. Gently extend the neck by looking upward and bringing the head backward while keeping the shoulders and back stationary. Once the head has gone as far back as it can go without increasing pain, try to hold the stretch for 6 seconds before returning the head to neutral. So I'm going to stand here. So I'm just going to stand, bring my head back as far as it can go without hurting, and hold it for 6 seconds. And I got 4 sets of these coming up. All right. Okay, so my feet are about shoulder width apart, my knees slightly bent, and here my shoulders are going to relax. My neck is going to bend straight. I guess my chin is going to go up. My neck is going to go back as far as I can go. I'm going to relax my neck as much as I can and let my neck go further back, as far back as I can go. I'm going to try to keep my body straight. All right, I think I found my stretch. Things are definitely stretching here. So I'm going to hold it for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. And slowly coming back up to neutral. That slowly coming back up to neutral is really important. As I was bringing my head up, I went through all sorts of strange feelings in my neck. I don't even know how to describe it. It was kind of like out of body experience. Like, yeah. Weird things happen. I guess it's like tissues are stretching that I've never stretched before. I've never done that in my life. I might have done this workout once before, maybe. So, all right. So that was one set. I got 3 more sets of that to go, and I think I'm gonna enjoy this because that was really kind of trippy. It was almost like having a little trip, just right there. So again, I'm gonna loosen up my shoulders. My knees have a slight bend in them so I don't fall over. I'm able to keep balance. Loosening up my shoulders, loosening up my neck, bringing my neck up and back as far as I can. Feeling the stretch, finding the stretch, feeling comfortable, but still stretching for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Coming back forwards, nice and slow. Okay, now I can describe what's going on in my neck a little bit more. I feel like there's several muscles or whatever, tissues or whatever it might be, that are, it's like little straight lines that are coming up and down my neck there. Let me see, I got a muscle man drawing here. Let me see how many he has. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's about 8 on either side. So it looks like there's about 16 of these guys that form all these muscles this way. And that sounds about right because there's all sorts of craziness going on when I was coming back up to neutral. So apparently I just stretched 16 muscles, 8 on this side and 8 on this side. And I felt every one of them. In addition to that, when I was coming back up from neutral, there's a whole mess of muscles in my back. 1 or 2 of them were really lighting up when I was coming back up to neutral. For whatever reason, they're just lit. Go figure. So I've done 2 sets of this backward bending neck extension, and I got 2 more sets to go. All right. So again, knees shoulder width apart. Feet shoulder width apart. Knees slightly bent. Shoulders as relaxed as I can get them. Starting to bend my neck backwards. Loosening up my shoulders on the way. Feeling the stretch now. Loosening up my shoulders some more so I can bend, so that I can stretch some more. If I try to move my chin up, my jaw up, I feel a deeper stretch. I'm finding a stretch now. I'm going to hold, I'm going to engage my core. Weird. All right, I'm engaging my core as well. I'm going to hold this for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly back up to neutral. Really slowly. Really, really slowly. Honestly, I didn't realize I was going to have that strange experience on my first set. So after looking at my muscle man and seeing that there's 16 muscles involved in here, I'm being a little bit more careful. And now I understand why there's so much activity when I was coming back to neutral from that first set. And yeah, I'm going to rotate my head a little bit here to loosen up my back. It's tightening up my back because my back muscles, to tip my head back, my back muscles have to contract a little bit. And that's what's causing some tightness in my back. All these things are connected, and I'm trying to figure out the best way to deal with it is, because if there's 18 muscles around my neck and another 10 or 20 here in my back, there's stuff going on there I just don't know about. I'm just going to have to deal with it as best I can. I got 1 more set, I think, of the neck extension backward bending. I'll give it a go here. Feet shoulder width apart, knees slightly bent so I can maintain some balance. Shoulders relaxed and down away from my ears. I'm going to start picking up my head backwards, finding a stretch for my neck, for this front of my neck. I'm going to pick up my jaw, kind of try to bring my jaw up and back. It seems to deepen my stretch. I'm going to engage my core, because why not? Loosen my shoulders again. Deepen my neck stretch. I'm finding a good stretch. I'm going to hold this for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Slowly coming back out of this. Slowly. I mean, I'm feeling all sorts of things all around my jaw right now. It's like things are rearranging all around my jaw. Oh, it's very trippy. Wow. That was something else. Maybe I did this before and I didn't quite do a deep stretch last time, because it is a strange little exercise that prior to me putting it down on here and giving it a go, I hadn't done. And it's something else. Okay, so that I think if I counted right, that was 4 sets of that. Hopefully I counted right. I'll move on to the next one. Next one is neck flexion forward bending. So pretty much the same thing, only I'm going to bring my head down forwards. My notes here say gradually lower the chin towards the chest and look downward while only moving my head. Once the head is flexed as forward as far as it can go, hold the stretch for 6 seconds. So again, I'm going to hold my feet, keep my feet shoulder width apart, my knees slightly bent so I can have some way to fix my balance if I fall out of balance. I'm going to keep my shoulders nice and loose, try to keep them low. I'm going to engage my core, bring my chin down, try to get a stretch on the back of my neck here, and really bring my head down. I'm trying to find a good place for my jaw. My jaw was really important in the previous stretch. Doesn't feel as important in this stretch. It's really the tip of the back of my head that seems to be driving this stretch on the back of my neck. I'm probably about as good as I found the stretch as good as I can find it. I'm going to hold it for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And back up to neutral. Nice and slow. I am feeling some real tension on this rib cage here. Like some serious, like I'm about to pull a muscle kind of tension on this rib. Not so much on this side, just on this side. I don't know what I did to deserve that, but that's weird that my core over here would complain from bringing my neck down. I'm going to look at a little muscle man here, see if I can figure it out. I can't figure it out for just looking at the diagram here. So, go figure. That was the first set of that. I'm going to try it again. I guess at this point I'm going to try to engage my core. I'll just start it over again. One thing I noticed, I was able to deepen my stretch as I was counting down. I was able to deepen my stretch by lowering my shoulders or relaxing my shoulders, trying to actively using my muscles to bring my shoulders down, as well as my head down. Well, yeah, that's all I got for you. So again, I'll start my next set here. I'm going to bring my chin down, looking for stretch the back of my neck, leaning my head forward, bringing my shoulders down, relaxing my shoulders as far as I can go, bringing my chin further down, looking for the stretch. I'm going to engage my core, because why not? Bringing my chin further down. The core engagement is helping because this is a bit of a stomach crunch. So I'm going to loosen up my shoulders some more. There's a lot of activity going on. I know there's no motion there. You can probably see on the camera, but there's a ton of activity going on between my shoulders, my core, my chin. And I'm going to hold for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. I'm going to slowly come back out to neutral. Yeah, I don't often activate these muscles, so I'm a little worried I'm going to tear something, because I'm really feeling some muscles being used right here or stretched right here that I've never stretched before. I got some dogs wanting some treats, so I'll be right back. All right, so that was set 2 of the neck flexion forward bending. I got 2 more sets of that going on. I'll try to make it a little quicker now. I talked a lot through that because I felt like a lot of that stuff I said was important, because I mean, it's a simple enough exercise, but there's a ton going on that I mean, the camera's just not going to pick up. I got like half a dozen muscles in the back of my neck, half a dozen muscles on either side of my shoulders that are actively pulling down, and I'm engaging my core. And this core in the stomach crunch, from this diagram, it's looking like another 8 or so muscles in here. So I got like 25 things going on, like 20 or 30 things going on. That the camera's not really picking up all of the 25 things that are going on. So I figured I'd at least spew it. Okay, so again, feet shoulder width apart, knees slightly bent, shoulders relaxed, trying to bring my shoulders down. I'm engaging my core in a bit of a crunch kind of deal. Bringing my chin down as far as I can. Bringing my shoulders down some more. Relaxing them as best I can. Relaxing my back as best I can. Bringing my chin down some more. Getting a bigger stretch on the back of my neck. Engaging my core again. Core is as about engaged as it's going to be. Neck is as far as it's going to be. Holding for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And slowly coming back out. And I mean slow. All those 25 muscles that I've been talking about, I'm assuming it's about 25 muscles. It might be 20, it might be 30. I can feel a lot of them. There's a lot of craziness going on around my neck area right now. I didn't even know I had that many muscles until just now, really. Right in there. Right in that neck area. That's I can really feel most of it. Okay, so that was the third set of the forward bending neck flexion. Got one more set going on here. I'll get started now, because I'm starting to run low on the time. I got another exercise after this. So again, I will start to tip my head down, relax my shoulders. My feet are about shoulder width apart, my knees slightly bent so I don't lose my balance easily. So my back is feeling the stretch because my neck is stretching. And I'm trying to relax my shoulders even more so I can deepen my stretch down. And now that I've almost gotten to where I'm going to go with my neck stretch, I'm going to engage my core. I'm going to engage it as hard as I can. It's going to feel like a full-on stomach crunch. All right, I'm crunched out here, so I'm going to hold for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And relaxing. Coming back up to neutral, nice and slow. Letting all my muscles just breathe back in. Okay, I gotta breathe. I was breathing that whole time, but I gotta breathe into all those muscles in there. That's such a simple exercise, but I put a lot of effort. I was able to feel a lot of these muscles. I really can't feel all 16 of them. Apparently there's roughly 16 of them going on there. I might be able to feel about half of them in that exercise. It's really difficult because it's hard to distinguish. It's not like it's your fingers, right? They're all kind of bundled here together. But that was kind of trippy. That whole experience was trippy. I have to say that that ended up being a lot better than I thought it would be. Okay, last thing I have planned here is the neck rotation, turning side to side. All right, I'll read my notes out to you. While keeping the back straight and shoulders still, gradually turn the head left and right as far as they can go. Hold the stretch for 5 seconds, bring it back to neutral, and repeat it to the other side. So, okay, so my shoulders are going to stay neutral, my back is going to stay neutral, straight up and down. My legs are going to be shoulder width apart, knees slightly bent. And now I'm going to just bring my head. I'm going to lead with my chin. My chin seems to be really important with this. Feeling stretches. I'm going to hold this for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and back over to neutral. Nice and slow. I'll go a little faster if I feel like I can go faster. And coming back over to the other side. Going as far as I can go without having any pain. That's about as far as I can go. For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And back up to neutral here. Okay, that was fantastic. I need a sip of water. I got 3 more of those to go, and I think that's going to be it for my time at the end of the 3 of those. On that first rotation over in this direction, my neck was hurting. I had to back off of the stretch. I got it to the point where I guess these are contracting. The stretch is supposed to be over here. These guys are contracting. The contracting muscles, they're complaining. There's some hurt going on here. All right, second set. Shoulders are nice and even. Legs shoulder width apart, knees slightly bent. Coming back over to the original side here. Gonna stretch as far as I can go. Gonna lead with my chin. Going as far as I can go for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and back forward. Back to neutral. I'd add, well, you know, I'm going to add a little crunch here. I'm going to add some core stuff here, because why not? I'm coming back over to the other side. Once I get to where I'm going, I'm going to add my core in. That's about as far as I can go. I'm adding the core in. I'm just going to do a little crunch here for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and back to neutral. At the very first, it's like unwinding a wind-up toy, and then I regain some looseness, and I bring it back to neutral. It does feel like a wind-up toy as I disengage from the stretch. Don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Okay, I'm gonna give it a little shake. I got 2 more sets of this coming up, and that should do it for my time. I'll do it real quick. I'm actually right at the 60-minute mark here. So come back over to this one side. Once I feel my stretch, gonna engage my core for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to neutral. The wind-up toy was still there. I did still feel a little bit. Coming back over to the other side. Go ahead, gonna engage my core and hold for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I'm just gonna keep going for the last set. I'm not gonna take a break here because I am out of time, I believe. Coming back to neutral, coming back to the original side. Gonna hold, once I get to where I'm going, I'm gonna do a little stomach crunch. Crunch for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back over to neutral. Last side. Yep, I still felt that wind-up toy characteristic from my neck right at the beginning of this. Coming back over to the last side. Gonna stretch. Oh, now, first I gotta engage my core. Gonna keep deepening that stretch on this side. For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. Wind-up toy is still there. Okay, it's back to normal here. And back up to neutral. That's great. I'm out of time. I'm going to do a quick forward fold and sign off. Again, my name is JC. This has been Dad Bod with JC. Thanks for taking a peek at this. Like, follow, subscribe, whatever works best for you. I'm going to do my forward fold. And come back up. Thanks for joining. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a great one.